So here we are, April 14th. Started out about 9 o'clock this morning. Just took my SD card out and looked at it. Because I've been getting cards stolen, I am now trying to padlock all my cameras. No camera ever been stolen, but SD cards now up to 3 or 4, I think. Okay, so I just set up camera number 4. I found a new place alongside of a stream which has a very deep water hole. If we go down here, yes, this is also a raspberry patch, which later in the summer, there's a very deep hole there. That could almost be 4 feet deep there. So I need to mark this camera. So here's a trail. They come into this, especially the elk or whatever, they come into here and run against this barrier here, which is very uncomfortable to cross. So they're going to come right through here and right up through there, and then there's my camera. And we'll find out in a couple of weeks.
I love this camera location. It catches a lot of hikers, obviously. I get my Bobcat here. And just a variety of wildlife that uses this trail. And there's always these coyotes that are coming along. And I don't nearly show all my coyote footage because there's just a lot of coyotes here. So they're looking around, sniffing, marking some territory. So this is just like a super highway for them when they want to cover some ground and look for the various varmints. And of course there he is marking the territory. Here we have a group of 3 elk coming down. I did prune just a little bit of vegetation here and move this camera up a little bit more so that I could have more of a view to the left. There's some raccoon. Don't see a lot of that, but there are a few up there. Nothing like population of the Midwest or the East, obviously. Here's some bulls coming up through. Obviously still have their antlers, but those are going to be dropping here in the next couple of weeks. The older bulls, the larger bulls, have already dropped their antlers. And I've gotten some nice footage of that. Here is the location since I've moved the camera location. See a little bit more of the wildlife as they go in front of the camera.
Well, I just crossed some fresh elk tracks up there, and I see some fresh here. They do look fresh longer because when there's no rain. So we'll see what we got back here.
Well, this is the camera 6 location, and here we have about 3 or 4 bulls coming in. I think I've actually captured them on one of my other cameras as well. So they've been roaming around this area. I did change this camera location up higher, and it appears that it's not catching all their antlers, obviously. And you're going to notice this bull has already lost his antlers, and as he comes by the camera, you're going to see that little knob there. It almost appears like the new antler growth just kind of grows around here. It's probably the same bull again at night. Just kind of starts to grow around the base of where the other antler has fallen off of. I'm curious about how that happens. Of course, here we have another Coues deer, a doe, going through here. And of course, this bobcat goes through this camera a lot. And of course, this is in a period of about 2 or 3 weeks that I haven't checked this, so there's not a lot of action, I guess. But here's another Coues deer.
So, left camera number 9. Got some nice video. There's an elk rub there from last fall. Appears I got a bobcat and a number of bull elk, which have not shed their antlers yet, which I'm kind of surprised. But I do recall from last year that there were a number of elk that still had their antlers mid-April. Well, I've just picked up camera number 7. Decided to take it. A lot of wind pictures. So one of the reasons why I moved it. But I did get some nice bull elk pictures. Which is not why I put this camera here. I put it more to catch mountain lion and bear, but that didn't happen. I'm very surprised that there were no bear on my cameras. Very surprised. It just may not be out. So, I'm going to head back. Let's see. What my I've gone 3 miles already, so
this is camera 7 location, which I have removed now, but here's a nice video of a coyote posing and looking around and checking the scenery. These are just some short bursts of elk, bull elk in the evening, at night, I guess. There's a bull elk that came in, browsing right there in front. Here's the camera 5 location, I believe. A couple of Coues deer bucks that I see over and over on my cameras. They'll usually in a 2-week period I'll see them at least once or twice in front of my cameras, either this one or camera number 9. There's a lot of coyotes come through here. shortly here we're going to see some elk coming through. And I think this group of elk, I have probably seen them on at least 3 of my cameras, 3 or 4 of my cameras. They should be coming here shortly. Here they come. And the antlers that we see are mostly 4 point, maybe 5 at the most. Anything about 5 point or larger have already fallen. But these 4 pointers should be losing theirs within the next couple of weeks, I believe. Here we have a group of cows coming in. Of course, in a few months here, they're going to be giving birth to their new calves. Here we see a bull right in front of the camera. I'm going to try to be quiet here for a little bit. You'll notice how there's a bird, an early morning bird, that blue jay or something, that gives warning calls, and he pays attention. You'll see he lift his head up. So the wildlife pays a lot of attention to birds and their warning calls. He's done that on 3 occasions now. When I went to check the camera, I didn't see a lot to eat right there, but there was a few bits and pieces of greenery. You see a coyote just hopping across there. So this is about it for camera number 5.
Well, looks like this water is still flowing pretty good. I guess I'll find out this summer whether this is flowing all year. If it is, well, then the animals are certainly going to do well. They'll have plenty of fresh water. It's good to see in Arizona, where we don't get the rain, to see a source of water. I'm sure that comes from a spring or something up on top of the rim, where there would have been winter snow that all collected and seeped into the rocks up there and comes out down below here in a spring.
So the previous video clip was just me crossing a stream, one of the larger streams, toward the end of the run of my hike. I still have to go back, which is 3 miles back about. So that's all this for this week, and we will see you the next time. This was April 14th, 2018. Bye.